Power 1051, KC's Hip Hop and R&B. You know what, Sheryl, you're part of the family. Sheryl Underwood, she is coming to the KC Funnybone. Sheryl, you know Kansas City like the back of your hand.
Absolutely. Shout out to all my relatives in Bonner Springs. Everybody that loves Sheryl Underwood, come out to this show. We got Mike Washington. We got Kyle Irby. Excuse me. Somebody's, matter of fact, it's my alarm going off to remind me that I need to do the interview to promote the show. And I know a lot of people might say, well, why are you doing it? First, it started as the Mix and Mingle tour because I feel in this country, we need to get to know each other better. And then everybody kept interviewing me and said, well, why are you working so hard? I said, because I need a job. I used to be on daytime TV. And you know, as women in media, we have to go find the job sometime.
Yes,
We get blessed with a job. It's my understanding you just been blessed with a promotion. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm afternoons now.
That's what I'm talking about. So everybody that's advertising, you must advertise on Evenie's show. Why do you need to do that? If we don't bring in the money, then people won't keep us working. So if you are a car dealership or even a fast food place, people say, well, why do I need to advertise? Well, McDonald's advertise like they just opened. They advertise every day, because advertisement is how you get the customer to come in, and then the new customer comes in, but your longtime customer is reminded about the relationship. So you say, well, sure, what does this have to do with comedy? First thing is, when the economy is odd, I'm going to say odd, we need a little respite. Second, we need to support the club. Why? Because the club supports the economy, the local economy. And we have great food. We got great drinks, but we got great laughter. Mike Washington, Kyle Irby for the guys. And then at the end of the show, we bring guys out of the audience. They can try to win some of my money. And why is all of this important? Because it's the cycle of your dollar going through the local area. So what do you want to ask me? Oh, and I'm still single. Hello.
Miss Sheryl, look, I feel like I don't even have to ask any questions. Like anything that I want to sell, I'm going to come straight to you because you get down to the point.
Well, you know what's great about this is I know we don't have a lot of time because people got a lot going on in their lives. And I got to say this too. With everything being kind of iffy, put your faith in God, because God, if he take you to it, he'll take you through it. Now, this show is a nightclub show, but we have spiritual content that we're licensing to churches and community groups. We're going to get back in the community. But why is this show important? Because I take all of this money and my surplus, I reinvest in the local community and in my audience. And some people that are saved, that know God, they shouldn't come to this show if they're not strong enough to handle profane sexual language and drinking around them. That's why we're putting out their spiritual content. So what do you want to ask me? What do you want to ask? What do you want to ask? Anything.
Okay. So Miss Sheryl, I know, I feel like when you go to one of your shows, I always like to have the comedians explain like kind of what people can expect. I feel like you bring a full on experience. Like if people think that they're just going to sit there, have a few chuckles, yes, you're going to get the chuckles in, but this is a full on immersive experience. Do you want to, because you talked about Kyle Irby and you travel with the
Mike Washington,
Mike Washington, you travel with the whole ensemble. And so let's talk about what you guys do, because people, I mean, they're going to be a part of the show.
It's a house party inside of a comedy club. You're going to laugh. You're going to think. Now, and I'm sprinkling a little bit of politics, but I think we're exhausted in the political discussion. It's 24 hours a day. Nothing seems to be getting done. But if you are a federal worker, a state worker, if you've been laid off, I would like to offer this. I would like to offer, if you bought a ticket, bring somebody that's been laid off. I'm going to talk to the club. We're going to send this back through you, Ivani, that what we want to do, we want to make people laugh. We want to give them hope. Now, is the show very adult? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's very adult. It's very profane. But I think profane, adult, sexual humor, it relaxes people and it makes you laugh. It's going to make you think. But we're not going to beat you over the head with certain things that I think we're exhausted. That's why I'm making different versions of my content. I got spiritual content for church people. I got nightclub content for people that like that sort of thing. But I really want us to really come into the club. So I'm going to work out some. How should I do it, Ivani? Explain to me. How should I do it? For if you're a government worker, got laid off, I want you to come to this show on me. How do we do it?
I mean, we can do it on my show. If they want to come and see you, they can call in 913-933-1051 and they can get tickets. Call in
Yes.
number 10. We'll take it right now.
That's right. That's right. And see what I want people to understand that now is the time. I think both sides of the aisle need to get together. I think our politicians, whether they're local, state, or federal, they need to come together and tell the truth. Give back what farmers need. Give back what small businesses need. Put the hospitals back where they need to be. Get the education system stronger for all Americans. Let's feed our children because they cannot learn when they're hungry. That is why I'm working with my brothers of Phi Beta Sigma, and I will be coming back because what I really want to do, I want to make America better. And we're not against somebody. Just because I'm pro me doesn't mean I'm anti you. This is about us bringing America together to mix and mingle because, like most Americans, I need a job. So if you just got laid off, I want you to come on my guest list. But I need some people to pay for some tickets too, because I can't be philanthropic if I'm not profitable. But I would love to blow your phones up, or maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. How do I say it?
No, say it like that. Blow my phones up.
Okay, because I don't want to say nothing bad or anything.
No, that's not
And
bad.
I just want people to come to the show. I want them to enjoy themselves. But we are going to reach out to the club because I think that people feel forgotten. I think with the banter back and forward with the politicians, they've forgotten the common man and the common woman. They've forgotten the mothers and the fathers and the families that need the help. They need the safety net. So I think I want people to come to this show. You're going to get a little bit of news and politics, but not a lot. Not a lot, because I want people to understand I'm not clueless. I'm not going to stick my head in the sand. Also, I am coming back to radio and I'm coming back to podcasting. So for everybody that saw me on Club Shay Shay, I will be coming back. So I need you to get on Ivani's mailing list because she's going to be able to tell you everything that I'm doing. So I'm doing community activism. I'm doing community service. I'm making content. If Tyler Perry can make gospel content, so can your local church. So can your local community center. Why? Because we need to fund the ministry. We need to fund the mission. So that is my goal with my life starting right now. Now, anything else you want to ask me? And if you used to be a chief and you still got some of your signing bonus or you retired, holla at your girl.
You
Okay.
want to know what, Miss Cheryl? I think I know one of them, and I'm going to give him a call so he can slide through to the Funny Bone.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love to go on a date.
So you like them tall? You like a big man? You like them slim, like a lean cuisine? Like what type of man do you like?
I like a man that understands that my career is a part of me, but I just want to be a regular girl. I want to pick up dry cleaning. When you saw me on Club Shay Shay talking about when he was saying, Shannon was saying, I make more money. That doesn't make me the head of the house. So I just want a man who understands this is a part of me. This is not all of me. I love the Lord, but I curse for a living. And I talk about sexual jokes for a living. I drink a little bit. I'm getting my body together and I'm very happy in my life. You can be young. I go from 35 to 95. You can have children. You can live by yourself. You can have never been married. I just want a man who wants to understand me.
Okay, well, I know that he's listening out there. I know he's in Kansas City. He will have you fed. Although you did tell me that you're on your health journey, so you still eating barbecue, Miss Cheryl? Or you just eating salad?
Oh yeah, I'm coming to get that barbecue. Gates, holla at you, girl. I'm coming to get the barbecue. And matter of fact, on some of the content that I'm working on, one has a cooking show component. One has a musical component. So right now, I thank God for having been on CBS on the talk since season 2 to season 15. I learned a lot there. So now it's time for us to make content. I think we need to bring back those old fashioned shows like Solid Gold and Hee Haw. We should bring back Hee Haw. I think that would be great. Those shows that families can watch. I do content that children should not see. That should stay on Netflix. That should stay on streaming. But I think we need to bring the families back together. And if we do that, we'll truly make America better.
Well, there we go. Miss Cheryl,
Yeah.
look, I don't even have to ask you any questions. I did want to ask you though, Miss Cheryl,
Okay.
because you're always
Mhm.
touring, always working on new material. Are we ever going to get a special from you?
I want to pitch, and you should, you know what, tell all your listeners, hit up Netflix. I have a concept that I want to do with Netflix that I think there's a way to do the Def Comedy Jam A&E Evening at the Improv type show with live performance of comedy for all comedians. That would be my way of doing a special, but I want to do a series. See, I believe in those old-fashioned variety shows, and that's what I want to produce. So if Netflix will join me, I want to do that because there's some old school comics that I think people need to be refreshed on. Where do people get to see the Arnaz Jays, the Jay Lamonts, the Adele Givens, the Samores, the Sherry Shepherds? Where do you get to see them where the material is written? Where do you get to see Tammy Pascatelli and all of the comics that I know? Different races, different sexual orientations, different types of comedy. So one of my goals, we have a component in my company. A lot of things we produce is to put comics to work. You need to have the comedians out there, those that do crowd work and those that do old-fashioned structured 3-joke material. So in answer to your question, I would love to bring some content to Netflix if they would just work with me, but it would have to be adult because I want the comedians to tell the jokes as they wrote them, and I would love to host that vehicle for them, and I think people will watch.
Well, Miss Cheryl, we're speaking into existence because I can already
That's
see
right.
your name next to that big Netflix logo. So let's make it
Yes,
happen. Well,
yes, yes.
Miss Cheryl, so what else are you working? Because I know that you have a lot of things bubbling with like the
Yeah.
creation, social media creation, and like podcasting and radio. What else do you have
Mhm.
planned for 2025?
Well, right now we staying alive in 2025. That means we're in preparation mode so that we can exist and fix in 2026. So we got an animated vehicle, but that's really adult. That's for like young boys that all they do is eat edibles and play PlayStation all day. So we got an animated vehicle we're working on. We will be coming back to radio and podcasting. My goal is to support all terrestrial radio, to use this voice that's very recognizable, this name, face, and likeness to help all radio stations, all formats. Black people do not believe Jesus is coming back until Ivani says, well, Jesus will be. And would Jesus be eating barbecue when he gets back? So what I'm saying is we have got to keep radio alive because we got to have a place to advertise. All media, not just Black media. So I'm working on that. So everything I'm working on, we're preparing in 25 so we can launch in 26. And if the Lord lets me live, then all these things will come to fruition. And then when it's time for me to get somewhere and sit down, I'm going to hand my mic off to you, Ivani.
Amen to that. Well, Miss Cheryl, I was going to ask you to end it off with when do you sleep, Miss Cheryl? Because you have all this energy. I'm ready to take a nap, and here you are going, going, going.
Well, the one thing I learned from my doctor, that's the other thing I want to do. I want to bring a health and wellness tour to different cities. I have a wonderful doctor, Dr. Zuri Morell, Zuri Murrell. Dr. Zuri Morell, he's a colorectal doctor over at Cedars-Sinai. He's a Morehouse man. He really helped me understand I can't be of service to everybody if I'm not getting a good night's sleep, if I'm not drinking more water, if I'm not exercising. So all these things I want to do. So everything layers together. Yes, I'm getting a good night's sleep. I'm eating better. And there are things I still enjoy: processed food, ultra processed food. I eat Cheetos. I do everything that everybody else do. I just don't do as much of it as I used to. And I'd love to talk about some of the medications that I'm on. I was one of the first people that said, I'm on Saxenda, I'm on Wegovy, and it really helped me. And I think these drugs are there to help everybody. So I got so much going on, but if I don't stay healthy, I can't do any of it.
There we go. My goodness, Miss Cheryl, you do have a lot going on, but the most
Yeah.
important thing right now is for people to get their tickets, kc.funnybone.com. You got two shows on Friday, 7 o'clock and 9:45, and then Saturday, 6:30 and 9:15. Final thought you want to leave the people with?
Bring a government worker with you, local, state, federal. If you've been laid off, or even if you're retired, or if you form a military, bring somebody with you. We'll work it out with the club and tell them, use the hashtag Ivani, use the hashtag Yo Radio Show. It's going to be your list, but I'm going to help facilitate it. Let us truly support every American that needs a helping hand. That's what we're going to do over at the Funny Bone this weekend. Mike Washington, Kyle Irby, Sheryl Underwood, and you may win some of my money, fellas. So bring your A game.
There we go. Thank you so much, Miss Cheryl, and tell them where they can follow you, social media.
Oh, all my social media is at Sheryl Underwood with an S. And then I'm learning Snapchat. I'm learning TikTok. So you're going to see more of me on that as well. And I'm trying to learn how to be an influencer. So Ivana, you're going to have to help me with that.
Okay, I can help you with a little bit. And I have a good friend that she is the top influencer here in Kansas City. So she'll slide through to the Funny Bone. I'll bring her with me.
Okay, cool. And I love to take meetings. Oh, and anybody that know who got the wigs, because it's synthetic. I wear synthetic wig to death. Oh, and if you used to go to the Epicurean, holla at your girl.
We'll work it all out. kc.funnybone.com. Get your tickets. Miss Cheryl, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Love you. Love you very, very much. And look forward to us chatting.
Yes.
Girl power.